Hello students. Now today we are discussing some problems from NCERT. That is the topic of metals and non-metals. This is the activity from class 10, metals transmeasures, page number 40. Now the activity number 3.9, 3.8. Now take a magnesium ribbon and some sulfur powder. Now we are having magnesium ribbon, this is the ribbon, and sulfur powder. This is sulfur powder. Now burn this magnesium ribbon, burn magnesium ribbon and collect the ash formed and dissolve in them water. It gives the ash, and now this ash dissolve in water. This gives a solution. Now test the solution by the help of blue and red litmus paper. And same thing, uh, burn the sulfur over the flame and collect the product is formed, produced, collect the product is formed. Now this product again dissolve in water and it gives again a solution. Now testing of this solution by the using of blue and red litmus paper. Now we have discussed the answer of this problem. Now the first one is we are having the magnesium ribbon. When this magnesium ribbon burn, then it gives magnesium oxide. So the S will be formed due to this magnesium oxide. Now when we are dissolving this magnesium oxide in water, magnesium oxide dissolve in water. Then it gives a solution that is magnesium hydroxide. It's a solution. Now, when we are using red and blue litmus paper from this magnesium hydroxide solution, now the observation is that here is the solution of magnesium hydroxide. Now, when we are using blue litmus paper, so when we are dip blue litmus paper in this solution, this is the blue litmus paper. Now there is no change, means blue litmus paper remains blue. Now, when we are dip red litmus paper, this is the red litmus paper. So when we are dipping red litmus paper in this magnesium hydroxide solution, then what happened? This red litmus paper turned into blue litmus paper. So this will be turned into blue litmus paper. It means this magnesium hydroxide is basic in nature. Now, in the next time, we are taking a sulfur powder. Sulfur powder. Now when this sulfur powder burns, it gives a sulfur dioxide. Now this sulfur dioxide react with water. It gives a sulfurous acid, that is H2SO3. It's a sulfurous acid. Now when we are using litmus paper in this sulfuric acid solution, now what happens? If we are using blue litmus paper, then what happens? This blue litmus paper turn into red litmus paper. It means this solution having acidic property. Now if we are using red litmus paper, this is the red litmus paper. Now there is no change. So this is overall indicate that magnesium as burning and react with the H2O, it gives a basic solution, and sulfur overall change, it gives acidic solution. And the next activity, that is activity number 3.12. Now take a clean wire of copper and iron nail. This is the copper wire, another is iron nail. So this one is the iron nail. Put the copper wire in a solution of iron sulfate. Now this copper wire, put the solution of iron sulfate, that is light green color. So this is the solution of, now this copper wire placing the iron sulfate FeSO4. And the iron nail, this iron nail, it is placed in the copper sulfate solution. Now copper sulfate is blue in color. So this iron nail placed copper sulfate solution, which is blue in color. Now after this, after 20 minutes, what will be observed? Now after 20 minutes, what will be observed? And in which test tube did you find that a reaction has occurred? On what basis can you see that a reaction has actually taken place, and can you correlate your observation for the activities and write a balanced chemical equation for the each case and gives the type of reaction. Now, first we discuss what happened when this copper wire dipped in FeSO4 solution. Now, as we know that when we discuss the reactivity series of metal, now the Fe is more reactive than copper in the reactivity series. So when we are dipping this copper wire into FeSO4 solution, then there is no reaction takes place. There is a no reaction. Why? Since as we know that Fe is more reactive than copper, and we know that more reactive metals always remains in the salt form. So here in that case, the more reactive Fe metal already exists in their salt form. So here is no reaction takes place. Now, if we are taking the second case, that when we are iron nail dipping in the copper sulfate solution, in that case, now we are knowing that Fe is more reactive than copper. So in that case, the more reactive metal in the solid form, that is the iron nail, and the less reactive metal copper sulfate we are taking in the salt form. So here is the reaction taking place, and after the reaction is happen that copper sulfate react with that iron nails, and after the reaction there will be a displacement, and we are having FeSO4 aqueous and copper solid. Now after some times what will happen, this solution having FeSO4 which is light green color, and this iron nail having a deposition of copper. So after some time there is a replacement reaction occurs. This is called single displacement reaction. Now initially the copper sulfate having blue color, but after 20 minutes the solution forms FeSO4 that is light green color. So after 20 minutes we are having here is the light green color of the FeSO4 in place of blue colored copper sulfate, and the iron nails it's having the deposition of brown color copper. So here is the deposition of copper on the iron nail, and this solution having FeSO4. Now the next question is write the electron dot structure for sodium, oxygen and magnesium Mg. Now the sodium, its atomic number is 11 and its electronic configuration becomes 281. Now we are using the electron dot structure, then we are simply using on the valence electron that is present in the last cell. Now sodium having its single electron only in the outermost cell, so its electron dot structure is of this type. This electron represented by the help of dot or cross. Now the second element is oxygen. Its atomic number is 8. It means 2, 6. Now electron dot structure of this oxygen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or this oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now third element is magnesium Mg. Its atomic number is 12. Now 2, 8, 2. Now this magnesium having 2 valence electrons. So these all are the electron dot structures. Yes, thank you students.